Hey guys, how's it going? It's, it's Garrett DMG here. I was just gonna I was gonna do a sort of an explanation video on John F. Kennedy's last speech before he was assassinated. Um, he was one of the best presidents of our time, from the Democrat Party. Probably the last best president that we had, um, from the past. And yeah, I'm just gonna break down his last speech, how it is relevant and holds up to 2025. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it.
So you hear that? Even hearing those words gives me chills because the relevancy of what he's saying is happening today. Traditions in our society is failing exponentially. Exponentially. And then on top of that, there's people out there with secret agendas. The Serpent Society, we might as well call them. They have a secret agenda, and that agenda is to take out civilization as we know it. Okay? They have a demonic agenda. Okay? At a grand scale. And they're out there. They exist. Very dangerous.
And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control.
And pretty much what he's saying there, for the most part, is because of that fact was known that there were operations, organizations that existed clearly out there to control, to influence, and to destabilize the pureness that America has brought. JFK decided to do the best that he could at the time. Unfortunately, it was too late. He paid the price for it, unfortunately. And it really relegates to today because we have people today that do try hard just like JFK did. And unfortunately, and they still met the same fate that he did. Now, I'm going to skip a little further towards the end of the speech, um, just to show you guys a little bit more of what he said and how it's important to today.
And foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Man, those last few words of his speech really gives me the chills. Because he was right. How correct that man was is very, very eerie to me. Um, he knew that there was people out there with some sinister agendas, and they took his life. And that same system, that same scenario, still happened until today. In 2025, we still have the same system of corruption going on. We still have that same, uh, we still have that same enemy. Um, Very scary stuff, you guys. Very eerie. And JFK called it out long, long ago. And pretty much what he's saying there, for the most part, is the media, the government, society, it all has to cooperate with each other because if not, we're much more open, much more vulnerable to more secret, more sinister agendas, and it could tear apart our country. That's pretty much all I gotta say, you guys. Um, Feel free to comment below. Feel free to share your thoughts. Let me know what you think about JFK's last speech. Um, do you think it still holds up to today? Let me know what your opinions are. Thank you.